Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is Victor Benson. Victor Benson introduced himself on Facebook and things got off to a good start. He said hello gorgeous to Annie, who said hi flatterer. How are you doing gorgeous, he said. I'm very well thanks, she said. How about you? I'm fine thanks, he said. How was everything over there? It's a lovely sunny day thanks, said Annie, completely unaware that things were about to take a turn for the worse. I'm Victor, he said, from US Taxes. And you? Oh my goodness, said Annie. What have I done? I don't even pay taxes in the US. A comment which our man from the US Taxes hearted. That's a bit creepy for a tax inspector, don't you think? His reply was, where are you from? Annie said, I'm in Durham in England. Why are you contacting me about my US taxes? He said, I'm hoping to really know much about you and about your past because I'm new on here. Oh, why, I don't live in Texas, but I own a house in Texas, he said completely randomly. I'm confused, said Annie, who'd misread his message. You live in Texas and you want to know more about me, but you're contacting me about my US taxes. I've never paid tax in the US. I've never been to the US. To which he replied, I'm not asking you about taxes, okay? Oh, she said, but you said you were. Never mind, what do you do? He told her that he was in construction, and she told him that she was a housekeeper, and then, starting to fish for information to see whether he could get money from his victim, asked, Do you own a house or rent an apartment? Neither, said Annie. I rent a house. Why do you want to know? Oh, nothing, he said. I just wish to know everything about you. And then he suggested that they change to Hangouts in case Facebook delete his fake account. Over on Hangouts, Annie asked him, What are you doing today at work? He said, I'm just supervise my boys. What are your boys doing? She asked. Road construction. Where are you building a road? She asked. I'm working now in Ohio. Honey, can you send me your pics? I take photos of all kinds of things, said Annie. Animals, flowers, landscapes. Which ones do you want? I just need one. Okay, honey, he said. I will send you one of. So Annie sent him a photo of some bluebells. I want to see your pics, okay, he replied. Annie said, I just sent you one I took of bluebells. I have more flower ones, some animals, and lots of landscapes. Which do you want? I want to see your photo, okay? Followed by, Honey, are you living alone? I live alone, yes, said Annie. My partner and I split up about 2 years ago. He then launched into the usual scammer sob story. I live alone too. I lost my wife in a car accident 4 years ago. I have a boy of 19 years. And you? Annie told him that she had a grown-up daughter. And then he said, Have you dating someone online before? This is my first time of doing this online. Of course it is, mate. We believe you. Thousands wouldn't. I didn't know we were dating, said Annie. You just sent me a friend request. Oh, okay, he said. So, you have not dated any man online once in your life? How long have you been on Facebook? Annie said, I don't understand most of that. I've been on Facebook for a few months, I think. I don't remember. How long have you been on Facebook? A couple of messages later, and I do mean 2 messages later, he said, Seriously, I like you for real. That's lovely of you, said Annie. All I need, he said, is a good woman who is loving and caring that can make me happy for the rest of my life. Send me your pics, he demanded again. I'm so pleased you like my photos, said Annie. What would you like to see this time? Some animals? This is me feeding a chicken I used to have. She was called Caroline Chicken. She laid lovely eggs. I want to see your beautiful face, he demanded. I don't want to see it, said Annie. I hate photos with me in. Didn't you see my photo on Facebook? Oh, I saw your pic on Facebook, he said, but I wish to see you right now, please. Why? Said Annie. I thought we were just having a friendly chat. Nothing, he said. I just wish to see it, please do it for me for the first time. Well, you've seen my photo on Facebook, said Annie. That's the only one I have. My friend took it. Oh, yes, he said, but I'm having deep feelings for you. So Annie sent him the same made-up photograph that she uses on Facebook. Annie said, You haven't told me where you're from, apart from telling me you don't live in Texas. Where do you live? I have a house in Texas, he replied. Yes, said Annie, you said, but you told me you don't live in Texas. So where do you live? As you know, sometimes I add little jokes between screenshots, but sometimes the scammers just write the jokes for you. I live in New York City, he said. I've never been to New York, said Annie. It always sounds like a fun city. Which part of New York City do you live in? I live in New York, the great city, he said. You said that, replied Annie. Which part of New York City do you live in? The great, he replied. Where's that? Said Annie. I can't see it on the map. City, he replied. Then he started asking the usual random questions that scammers seem to like to ask, including what colour foods Annie liked. Annie said, What colour foods do you like? He said, I like red and white. You mean rice and red peppers and tomatoes? She said. Yes, honey, I love it. I could make you chili peppers with rice, said Annie. I can't wait, honey, he said. You'd have to come to England first, said Annie. Yes, I will come, honey. I will love to see you, he said. Can you fly to Manchester from New York, she said. I don't know which UK cities you can fly to. Then you can come to Durham on the train. And just like that, he'd fallen in love. I can see I'm in love with you. Heart, 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 kiss, kiss, kiss. Well, they do say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I promised to make you happy. I love you, he continued. Come to England, said Annie, so we can meet properly. I make good money, he said. Ever weak money is not my problem, okay? I'm happy to know a woman like you. The scammers like to tell you that they're earning good money, so that when they finally come up with an excuse for asking you to send them money, it sounds as if they might actually be able to pay you back. I promise to come when I'm done with my job, okay, honey? Honey, did you make good money on your job? He said, fishing to see how much money he could steal from her. I make enough to live on, said Annie. My uncle died last year, though, and he left me his money, so I don't need your money. I'm fine. When will you be done with your job? Okay, my love, he said. All I have belong to you. I'm coming to marry you, for real. The following morning, he thought he'd call Annie on Hangouts.
Hello?
Oh, hello, can you hear me?
How you doing? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, baby. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. Who are you?
Yeah, nice to hear your beautiful voice.
Who are
How was
you?
everything?
Who are you?
Hello?
Who are you?
Hey, hello, baby. This is Victor.
No, it's not. Victor's American. You're not American. Who are you? Frightened by hearing a strange voice, Annie hopped straight back on Facebook, where she said, Hello, someone's hacked your email. A strange man that isn't you just tried to call me on Hangouts. He's got an African accent. You mine it, love, he said. What does that mean? Replied Annie. I'll send you a new mail. Add me. Okay, love, he said, and nipped off, set up a new email address, and sent her a new Hangouts invite. Safely back on Hangouts again, he said, Can you see me? Having sent a photograph of a man by a pool. Honey, I love you more. I'm not using that again, okay? I will be talking to you here. And then showing that he clearly hadn't quite learnt his lesson, Send me your phone number, my love, and your pic, so I can see you. Why do you want my phone number? Said Annie. You can talk to me here. Okay, no problem, honey, he said. Are you on WhatsApp? No, she said, I'm not. Okay, honey. She said, I'm here and on Facebook. If I use too many apps, I get confused. Then they got into a discussion about where he lived, where he worked, and Annie was getting confused. And finally he said, Honey, calm down. I said, I have a house in Texas, I live in New York, and work at Ohio. Oh, yes, she said, so you did. He said, Hope you understand that now. So what are you doing right now? I do, she said. Where in Ohio are you working? What am I doing? I'm talking to you, silly. Cleverland, he said. Pardon, said Annie. What's clever? If you aren't already sitting down with a cup of tea or coffee, I suggest you go and get yourself one right now, because this conversation is about to descend into the realms of farce. Having asked him what's clever, his reply was, I work at Cleveland in Ohio. Hope you understand me now. I'd understand you much better if you said what you meant in the first place, said Annie. What are you doing in Cleveland? Building something? I don't remember what you said you're building in Ohio. I'm working on some building and road in Ohio, he said. That sounds like hard work, she said. Do you have to work at the weekends? I don't work, he said. I have some people working for me, my love. You don't have to work, she said. I thought you had to oversee the construction. Oh, why, honey, he said. This contract is over $500 million, my love. Why, said Annie, if you aren't overseeing the work, what are you doing? I'm only looking after the contract, he said. You mean doing the office work, said Annie. Why is it so hard to get you to tell me what you actually do? Because I have to stay there till the construction is over, honey. I don't do office work. I'm working for a company. OK, she said. You don't do office work. You aren't overseeing the work. You aren't doing the building. What are you doing? I have an office, but I mostly work on site, he said. What do you do in the office? Asked Annie. You said you don't do office work. What do you do? And building of estate and construction of roads are my work, he said. But you told me you don't do the building. Why is it so hard to tell me what you do, unless you aren't in Ohio at all, or you are actually one of the builders and you won't tell me for some reason I don't understand? You're lying to me, aren't you? Why? Are you in prison? I don't understand this such question. I told you all about me, OK, he said. I'm not in prison. Why all this, please? You're obviously lying to me, said Annie. You've told me you aren't doing the building. You've told me you aren't overseeing the work. I have explained everything about me for you. What else do you want me to say, please? He said. Annie continued. You've told me you aren't doing office work, but you haven't told me what you are doing. So I know you're lying. So tell me what you really do and where you really are. I think you're in prison. Honey, he said, I don't understand all this, OK? Why you tell me I'm in prison? Why? 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 Because you can't or won't tell me what you are really doing. Please stop this. I hate expletive, he said. So do I, said Annie. So tell me what you're really doing. And you ever tell me I'm in prison, OK, he said. So, you aren't in prison, you aren't doing the building work, you aren't doing the office work, you aren't overseeing the work. What else aren't you doing? I told you, he said. I'm a construction engineer. What else do you want me to tell you? I want you, said Annie, to tell me what you actually did at work yesterday. You weren't doing the building, you weren't doing office work, you weren't overseeing the construction. What were you doing? If we're going to get married, you need to tell me what you really do. I can't marry a man who refuses to tell me what his job involves. I'm telling you, I work with a construction company, he said. Yes, said Annie, I know you work for a construction company. Final chance, what do you do? What did you do at work yesterday? If you refuse to answer, I don't want to marry you. Goodbye. And yesterday I was at work, where I'm constructing roads, he said. OK, goodbye, said Annie. You told me you weren't doing the building work. Now you say you are. Liar, I don't want to marry you. Honey, calm down, he said. Construction is all about building and roads, OK? I can't lie to you because I love you so much. Why are you hurting me, honey? Go away, she said. If you won't tell me what you did at work yesterday, I don't believe you. Why? Why? He said. If you're at work, said Annie, you'd know what you did. I can tell you exactly what I did at work yesterday. I was supervision work yesterday. You told me you weren't doing the overseeing, she said. Now you say you are. I told you this, honey, he said. Lying again, aren't you, she said. I don't want to marry a man that lies and refuses to tell me what he did at work. I don't understand what you mean by overseeing, honey, he said. You're American, said Annie, and you don't know what an overseer is. Lying again, aren't you? Make me understand, he said, because I don't understand you. You're telling me I'm lying. Why? And then he resorted to Google and came back and said, a person who supervises others, especially workers. That is the meaning of an overseer. Now I understand you. I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry, my love. OK, said Annie. Now do you understand how frustrating it is when you tell me lies? We need to be honest with each other if we're going to get married, don't we? I'm sorry, my love, he said. Now I understand you, my love. Thinking this video might be about to turn into a full-length feature film, Annie decided she'd better move things along. She said, OK, you're forgiven. When are you going to come and see me? So sorry about that, my sexy, he said. OK, thanks, my love. Honey, when do you want me to come over to see you, my love? As soon as you can, she said. Can you take a week off work and come? Oh, yes, he said. But, honey, you need to my company through their email address so I can be allowed to come to you. Can you mail my company that you want me home with you? Oh, yes, mate, anything to get to the end of this video. I'm sure I can do that, yes, said Annie. So my company administrator will allow me to come over, he said. OK, I can do that, said Annie. I can't wait to meet you. I will give you my company mail, so you will mail them and tell them you're my wife, that you want me home with you. So the admin will tell you what to do to bring me home, my love. I can't wait to see you. Seriously, my love. OK, she said. What's the email? I will forward the email to you soon, my love. please, is my company email. Don't give it to anyone. Please, my love. 3 hours later, Annie returned to see if he'd got the email address for her. She said, just checking to see if you've got that email address for me yet. I will forward to you, my love. Just stay calm, he said. I'm still doing some few things now. When I'm done, I will get my computer and forward it to you, my sexy. OK, she said. I want to give you the direct company administration email address because that is where you can request for my leave form, my love. OK, she said, that sounds sensible. He said, I hope you will do whatever the admin ask you to do to get me the leave form, my love. What a strange thing to say, said Annie. Why wouldn't I? It's only a form. And I don't suppose you're going to ask her to pay for it, are you? A little while later, he said to Annie, Are you there with me? Yes, she said. Why? He said, Nothing. Just asking what you're doing right now, my love. Annie got on her high horse, said, OK, well, since you've never once managed to tell me what you're doing, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm waiting for the email address. Right now, he said, I'm watching movies, my love. And what are you doing? You're watching movies, she said, so why can't you turn on your computer and send me the email address? My computer is not with me here, he said. I have to tell someone to bring it for me at my office, my love. You remember the office that he doesn't work in. Annie accused him of lying to him. He said, Calm down, you'll get the email, my love. Just look on your company website, she said. Or tell me what your company website is and I'll find it for you. Why liar? Always I hate this. OK. Because I know when you're lying, she said. You just make stupid excuses. What's your company website? Honey, on my company website you can never find my company administrator email address. Never. OK, he said. What's your company website? She asked again. I'm upset now, OK, he said. I hate when you don't believe me. OK? You're upset because I've asked you what your company website is, said Annie. Grow up. Annie tried again. Stop lying to me then. What's your company's website? I'm upset, he said, because you don't believe my words. And don't make me ask again, she said. What's your company website? Last chance or it's off and it's goodbye. Stop telling me you're off and goodbye. I hate that. OK, he said. OK, she said. Goodbye. If you truly love me, you will listen to me. OK, he said. I told you to calm down for me. Listen to you, said Annie. Are you joking? I've asked a simple question. What's your company website? I will give you all what you need, OK? You know, said Annie cattily. Something like www.mycompany.com. It isn't hard. Listen to me, he said. We just meet. I have to be very careful because I don't want to lose my work. OK? How on earth would someone looking at your company website mean you lose your job? She asked. I have fallen victim for this once. That's why I'm scared, my love, he said. Don't be ridiculous, she said. Websites are public. Anyone can look at them. I'm right. You're just a builder, aren't you? You don't have a company website because there is no company. You're just a labourer who works for other people. You don't even know who you're working for, do you? To prove that he did know who he was working for, he sent the web address of a legitimate construction company in Ohio. That is my company name, OK, he said. And please, I don't want you to tell anyone, my love. I could phone them and ask for the admin email, she said. Honey, he said, I will give the admin email. You don't need to call my boss, OK? I will give you, my love. Trust me, my sexy love. So far, she said, it's taken you 4 hours not to give me a simple email address. Moreover, he replied, nobody will respond to your stranger call, my love. Just calm down for your man, OK? Finally, our man came up with a Gmail address. OK, said Annie, what do I need to ask? Just tell him you want a request for your husband leave form, so he will tell you what to do to get the form for me to leave here, my love. I hope you're happy now, my love. OK, she said. I've emailed him. After a few short emails, Victor's boss wrote back and said, Madam, are you ready to request for a month leave form for your husband, Victor Benson? A week leave form costs $200. 2-week leave form costs $400. 3-week leave form costs $600. 4-week leave form costs $800. So, madam, are you ready for it now? Annie wrote back and said she wanted the 4-week leave form, and then said, OK, how do I pay? Madam, you can pay it through Bitcoin. The admin will give you Bitcoin wallet, so you pay it there and send the proof here. Immediately I get the payment, I will send you the leave form to put your signature on it, madam. Annie doesn't know how to pay by Bitcoin, so I guess Victor could have a long wait for his leave. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.